Okay, hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to show how to describe nominal, ordinal, and continuous variables using Jamovi. So for example, we have our nominal variables gender and ethnicity that we want to describe. Here we would move to the Analyses tab, Exploration Descriptors. We can move gender across and ethnicity across into our variables of interest. This generates some results, but this is not so useful for us because this is more for continuous variables. So let's remove the mean and median, and there's other measures of dispersion. We're more interested in frequency tables. As you can see, these are appropriate for nominal variables. Here you can see the information of interest. We have the total sample for each variable and the number of missing data points for each variable. Again, for the nominal gender variable, we have counts. We have 3 males and 17 females and the percentages. For ethnicity, we have 17 Kazakh, 1 Russian, and 2 persons categorized as other. We can simply copy and paste these tables into Microsoft Word or use the edit function up here. Okay, let's move on to describing ordinal variables. In this case, let's describe extroversion, 2 of those variables, and also the final reverse coded variable. Frequency tables are also useful here. In terms of statistics, we can also include sample size and number of missing data points for that variable. And here we have it. Extroversion, 1, 2, and 13 reversed. We have sample size for each, 20, 20, 20, and missing data points for each, 0, 0, 0. So let's look at what this might look like in APA. Extroversion, 1 and 2. Extroversion reversed. Let's complete the table. We have 20 data points for each variable. None are missing. We also have a median score as well here. Let's double check. Let's check the median. And the median is 4, 4, and 2.5. So we have 4, 4, and 2.5. Remember, 2.5 is the middle value only when the 2 variables differ. You should study that. Okay. And in terms of frequencies, we see that for extroversion, there are no instances when people score strongly disagree and disagree. This would be score categories 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 have 0 for extroversion 1. Extroversion 1, here, 1 and 2 both have 0. However, undecided agree and strongly agree, which I coded 3, 4, 5, have 2, 12, and 6. So we see 2, 12, and 6 here correctly. Let's check extroversion 2. In this case, we have none missing, no problem. And then in terms of frequency counts, we have 0 counted as category 1. So our first result would be 0, because no respondents chose strongly disagree. Next, we have 2, 3, 15, and 0, 2, 3, 15, 2, 3, 15, and 0 for the final category, strongly agree. We also need to include a reverse coded item. So we can see here, there's more of a spread. Strongly disagree, disagree, undecided, agree, strongly agree, have counts 2, 8, 8, 1, 1. So we can see 2, 8, 8, 1, 1. And that's, for example, what you might report for one scale. If you have another scale in your data, another ordinal scale using the same anchors, you can choose to use this spanner here and then simply report your data in the same way. So that is ordinal variables. Let's now move to continuous variables. We have a couple of continuous variables here as an example. Age in years of participants and number of months participants have spent overseas. We are not interested in frequency tables in this case. We're interested in descriptives by rows. It's quite useful. You can see here in this white output. We're certainly interested in standard deviation. We are certainly interested in mean. Median isn't so important. We're also interested in skewness. We might also be interested in standard error of the mean, which is a measure of precision of the mean. And let's also include confidence intervals for the mean as well, which is plus and minus 2 standard errors of the mean. So here we have a very comprehensive descriptive table. We have the age of participants in years. There are no missing data points. We have a mean of 28.35, a standard error of 1.41, and we have an upper and lower confidence interval, which means that we're quite confident that in the population of the sample, the mean would likely be between 25.405 and 31.295. We're 95% confident, we can say. In terms of the measure of dispersion for the variable itself, we have a mean of 28.35, as I mentioned, and a standard deviation of 6.293. Skewness of 0.929. Remember, if you want to change the reporting to 2 decimal places, you can change it here. It's up to you. In terms of number of months overseas, we get some other information. We also have quite a high skewness value here. This is quite positively skewed, which means we may have a few outliers. So you might need to do something about that. It's up to you. All right, so we can simply copy this and put it into our manuscript. And this is pretty much APA, so it's very efficient. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.